ISUPK.
That's bad. If I curse you, I'm not wishing good upon you. I'm wishing evils on you. So Moses is telling the people that the Most High is telling him that if we as a nation of people, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, do not follow all the laws, statutes, and commandments, that all these evil things will come upon you. Keep going.
That all these curses shall come upon you, upon thee, and overtake thee.
And overtake thee. If something overtakes you, what does it do? It consumes you. It overwhelms you. Us as blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, we are consumed of America. We are consumed of the things that make our flesh happy. We are consumed of celebrating Christmas. We are consumed of celebrating Easter, Thanksgiving, and all these holidays that mean nothing. But the Most High is telling us to come back into the fold. Come back and follow the law, statutes, and commandments. Give me the book of Dueteronomy chapter 28, verse 16. Right. This is how we're cursed in America. This is how blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans are cursed throughout the world. Not just in America. Go ahead.
This is the book of Dueteronomy, chapter 28, verse 16. Cursed shalt thou be in the city.
Cursed shalt thou be in the city. How are blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans cursed in the city? How are we cursed as a nation in the cities? It's not meaning when we go in the city that everywhere we step will be cursed. It's talking about our place of residence, our place of dwelling, where we are. We're cursed in the reservations. We're cursed in the favelas, the ghettos, the barrios, the slums, the hoods. That's how we're cursed in this nation. We don't have any gated, we don't have any gated neighborhoods. We have neighborhoods that have no gates. Our gates have been broken down. We have no protection as a people. Right. Go ahead.
And cursed shalt thou be in the field.
Cursed shalt thou be in the fields. How are blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans cursed in the field? How are we cursed in slavery in the field? How are we cursed today in the field? We were cursed back then because we had to work in the cotton fields. What other fields did we have to work in? We had to work in the tobacco fields, the rice fields. We were picking orchards. We were picking sugar cane and hemp and oranges. And today we're cursed in the job field. We're cursed how? Because we're the first hired in the we're the last hired in the first fire. We're working from paycheck to paycheck just to make ends meet. We don't have a joyous way of living in America. Why? Because we decided to venture out of the ways of the Most High. We've decided to do the things that the Most High told us not to do, and eat pork, shrimp, crab, and lobster, and celebrate this wicked Mother's Day that just passed. And we're getting ready to celebrate what? Father's Day. That's how we're cursed. That's why we continuously to be cursed, because we decide that the ways of the Most High does not outweigh the ways of ourselves. But us back in ISUPK, we understand the importance of following the law, statutes, and commandments. Right. And we understand that this law, statutes, and commandments is our protection, and that we must use these laws, statutes, and commandments to protect us from the ways of the enemy. And guess what we don't do? We don't celebrate Christmas. We don't vote. And we do not go into the Christian church.
Right.
The Buddhist temple.
Right.
We don't fool with Islam either. All those things cause our people as a nation to suffer in this empire. Why would we want to suffer in this empire when we can live? We live through these laws, statutes, and commandments. The Most High is telling us as blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, Yasha Allah in the Hebrew, that you can live through these laws, statutes, and commandments. Why would we not want to live? Give me the book. Keep going, Salaki.
Verse 17. Cursed shall be thy basket and thy store.
Cursed shall be thy basket in our stores. That simply means that the stores that we shop in, the places that we go to buy food, they will be cursed in the fact that we will not be able to buy food to support our family. We will be struggling to buy food. Our money that we have will mean nothing when we have to try to buy food because the inflation on food will be so high. It's not a coincidence that we have a McDonald's, a Burger King, a Wendy's, a Hardee's in every hood in the ghetto.
Right.
That's not a coincidence. Why is it not a coincidence? Because the Bible says what?
Cursed shall be thy basket and thy store.
We don't have access to non-GMO foods like the oppressor has access.
That's right.
We don't have Whole Foods in our neighborhoods. We have Whole Foods, but we have to travel 15 minutes to go get to Whole Foods. Why is it that in the gated communities, in the oppressor communities, in Esau's communities, in the Chinese communities, they don't have these restaurants? They don't have these stores that we have. They don't even have a Walmart near them. They have to travel to the Walmart. Why is that? Why is it that as a nation of people, we are cursed when it comes to everything we touch? Because we decided not to follow the laws, statutes, and commandments. We decided not to do the things that the Most High told us to do. Keep going.
Verse 18.
Read it from the beginning. Read it from the top.
Verse 17. This is the book of Dueteronomy, chapter 28, verse 17. Cursed shall be thy baskets and thy store.
Cursed shall be thy basket in our stores. I brought it out the other day in class that a gallon of milk costs more than a gallon of gas. In America, a gallon of milk, the average price for a gallon of milk is $3.49 for a gallon of milk. But a gallon of gas costs $2.98. That's not a coincidence. Why is it not a coincidence? Because the Bible says what?
Cursed shall be thy basket and thy store.
Cursed shall be thy basket in our stores. That's why it's not a coincidence. It's not a coincidence that we're going through the things that we're going through. Because Moses is telling the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt that if you do not do what the Most High is telling you to do, these evil curses and things will happen to you. Give me the book of Dueteronomy chapter 28 verse 32. But yet in America we see things happening to us and we are cursed as a people, and then we look at everybody else for help. The only way to help ourselves is to do what? Is to follow the laws, statutes, and commandments. To come up under this body in ISUBK, to get an all black, to show the Most High that you are grateful for the gift He gave you of understanding the truth.
Right.
Everybody don't get access to the truth. Everybody doesn't understand the truth. But this is what the truth has to say according to the Bible. Go ahead.
This is the book of Dueteronomy, chapter 28, verse 32. Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people.
Thy sons and thy daughters should be given unto another people. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, we are all the same. All of our children have been given to another people. Don't let anybody tell you that your Hispanic brothers, that your Native American brothers, that your Latino brothers are not the same as you. We are the same. We were on the same boat. One of us just got off before the other did. Don't allow the oppressor to separate you as a nation of people. How are our children being taken and given to another people today? CPS, Child Protective Services. The Child Protective Services comes into your house and evaluates if you are eligible to take care of your child. And if you are not, what do they do? What do they do? They take your child and place them in another home. They give your child to what?
Another people.
They take your child and give them to another people.
That's right.
And America is so prevalent that we understand the fact that these things are happening to us and nobody else. They're happening to us. Right now in America, you have a crisis that's going on that nobody talks about blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans being kidnapped on a daily basis and being taken to other countries and being sold to other people to do outrageous things. You ever heard of the baby snatcher? We have baby snatchers that snatch kids out of hospitals and raise them as themselves.
Right.
Why?
be given unto another people.
They take your child and give them to another people. Our children are being taken from in front of us as we speak. Keep going.
And thine eyes shall look and fail with longing for them all the day long.
How are we longing for our children all the day long? How are blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans longing for our children all the day long? We're longing for them when we're standing in front of them, in front of a glass, in front of the jail cell. We're longing for them. We can't see them when we want to see them. We can't talk to them when we want to talk to them. We can't touch them. That's how we're longing for them. How else are we longing for them? Like I said, the kids are being kidnapped on a regular. Did you know that just last year, over 10,000 black children from the ages of 0 to 20 were kidnapped? What happened to those children? What happened to those black children that were kidnapped? They were given to another people. They were sold. The things that we have in America are being taken away by the Most High. Why? Because we failed to follow the laws, statutes, and commandments. Go ahead, give me the book of Dueteronomy chapter 28, verse 48. Black people in America have to understand, Hispanics and Native Americans have to understand that these laws are made for our protection. They're made to protect us from the enemy. If we would just come together as one nation, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, and follow these laws, statutes, and commandments, nobody will touch us. Nobody will be able to do anything to us. That's real supremacy. That's black supremacy.
That's right.
Don't let anybody tell you that supremacy is bad. Supremacy is only bad when it's in the hands of the oppressor, the devil that the Bible speaks of.
Right.
Go ahead, give me that.
This is the book of Dueteronomy, chapter 28, verse 48. Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee.
How are we serving our enemies today? How as blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans serving their enemies? We serve our enemies every day we get up and clock in. We serve our enemies every day we get up and make money for somebody else. And we build up somebody else's nation instead of building our own nation. Why you can't build my nation? Why you can't pick my cotton? Why you can't pick my rights? Oh, but you will do it. When Christ comes back, the roles will be reversed. And you will be picking my cotton. The future of Donald Trump is the cotton field. And his children. And his children's children.
That's right.
We as blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans have to understand that that is in the Bible. That's not my words, it's in the Bible. That's God's words. And I can prove it. Just come up here, anybody. I prove everything that I'm saying is in the Bible. That our oppressor will be a slave in the kingdom of heaven.
That's right.
Don't allow your Christian pastor, the Muslim mosque, Jehovah's Witness, any other religion out there to tell you that your oppressor will be side by side with you in heaven. How does that make sense? The same person that lynched and killed grandpapa, the same person that raped your grandmother will be standing beside you in heaven holding hands in hands, waiting on Jesus? Who told you that lie?
That's right.
The Bible tells me that those people that did those things to blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans will die.
That's right.
And but before they die, guess what? Guess what? They will be our slaves.
That's right. That's right.
They will pick our cotton. Isn't God just? Isn't he a righteous power? Why would it be any different? The law is still an eye for an eye. The law is not done away with. Our oppressor was cruel. He was nasty. He raped, robbed, murdered. Why is it not that he shouldn't have the same thing done to him?
Right.
And who's paid for that crime of the oppressor? Nobody. It's even in the oppressor's laws that if a man kill another man, he is warranted death himself. So why wouldn't the Most High be allowed to kill the oppressor for what they did to us? Why is it that we look at our oppressor as God? Why is it that we feel like he can do things and get away with it and nobody has to pay for it? It's called judgment. It's called the Most High getting payback. We will get payback, but it's not through our own hands. It's through doing what? Following these laws, statutes, and commandments. That's how we get payback. That's how we get true justice. That's true justice. True justice doesn't come from your hands, it comes from the hands of the Most High. Go ahead.
In hunger and in thirst.
In hunger. How are black people in America cursed in hunger? How are Hispanics cursed in hunger? How are Native Americans cursed in hunger? Think about it. When you want to buy something to eat, where do you have to go? You have to go to Walmart. You have to go to Food Lion. You have to go to Kroger.
Right.
You have to go to Compare Foods. You have to go to all these places that don't give a damn about you. What do those places have in common? What do those places have in common? They're oppressors' last names. And they are not meant for us. They are meant to keep us oppressed. What happened to the mom and pop shops? What happened to the black-owned restaurants? What happened to the black-owned farms that we had before slavery, in slavery? What happened? Can anybody tell me what happened? We stopped following the laws, statutes, and commandments of the Most High.
That's right.
That's what happened.
Right.
It didn't just happen out the blue. The Most High decided to punish us for no reason. No. As rebellious children to a father that loves them, your father will punish you. We as blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans are in need of punishment. We have wronged the Most High. We have sinned against the Most High. And it's only right the Most High punish us. But we don't have to stay in punishment. We don't have to stay grounded. Why is it that we want to continue to do bad and feel bad when we get done wrong? It's crazy. Go ahead, read it again.
In hunger and in thirst.
In thirst. How are black people and Native Americans and Hispanics cursed and thirst? How are we cursed and thirst? We just can't go to a stream and just post up and drink out of a stream. Why? They have laws against that. You can't even collect rainwater in America.
Right.
How is that? How does that even make sense? Something that comes from the earth that everybody has access to, you can't bottle up. So you mean to tell me the rain that's just dripping off my house, I can't take and put it in a bottle and use? That's crazy. You have the Lumbee River, you have PWC, you have Dasani, you have Aquafina, you have Fiji water, you have Poland Spring, you have all these places, all these different water brands that we have to go to for water, that we have to go to when we're thirsty, that we have to go to and spend our hard-earned money for something that was given to us for free. Water runs throughout the earth. Under these bricks right here is water. Under these bricks is water. Why can't I dig a hole in the bricks and then grab me some water? Why I can't do it? You know what else is up under these bricks? The bones of the Native Americans. And who's to blame for that? The oppressor. The red man. The so-called white man. For all the murder, rape, and robbery that nobody's going to tell you his history. We will. American history is rooted in racism. American history is rooted in killing and murder. Do you know how many black lynches there were in America? Do you know how many black murders they covered up in America? Do you know? That's exactly why we are here. We're going to teach you, using the Bible, to teach you real black history, real Hispanic history, and real Native American history. Don't let nobody deceive you to believe that you don't have a history and that your history or you began after we got off of those slave ships. That's a lie. We are the greatest people on the face of the earth. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, you are the number one man. You are the number one woman. Tell me one woman that can outcook a black woman. Tell me one man that can outdress a black man. That's why they exploit your talents. That's exactly why they want us for everything. It's not a coincidence that at our lowest, we are still the face of the earth. Why is it that we have Asian people wearing do-rags, wearing golds, wearing chains, sagging? Where they get that from? They get that from blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Even in our lowest, we still got swag. There's nobody like us. Nobody can do the things that we do. And why is that? It's because of these laws, statutes, and commandments.
We want no God.